My quarterly book recommendations. Hi, this is Coach Jim Johnson. What books have you been reading recently? Reading is a great way to grow your mind. Have you read any good books lately? What did you learn from it? About every 3 months, I give a quarterly book reviews of what I read. In this video, I will share the last 12 books that I've read and a little bit about each book. Also, I'm always looking for book recommendations, so let me know if you have any recommendations for me. Feel free to reach out and share what your favorites are, and I'd love to know so I can read them. For me, the first book is called Shine Your Light by Ed Garrity. We had Ed on our podcast, The Limitless Leadership Lounge, and he did a wonderful job. And this book shares inspirational stories and strategies to improve yourself and shine the light on others. Second book is Becoming Coachable by Scott Osmond, Jacqueline Lane, and Marshall Goldsmith. We had the pleasure to interview Scott and Jacqueline on a podcast episode as well. They were terrific. This is a very comprehensive book about what coaching actually is and what you should look for in a coach and how to choose a coach. Highly recommend you read and consider adding coaches to improve your life. The third book that I'd like to recommend is called The One Truth by John Gordon. I've read a lot of John's books, and he is a terrific author. And in The One Truth, he reveals if you pay attention to it, it will enhance your life greatly. What is the one truth? You have to read the book to find out. Number 4, the great John Maxwell wrote a wonderful book on communication, the 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication. John's one of my favorite authors. If you study leadership, you got to know about John. If you want to improve your communication skills, this is a must-read. The 5th book is Breakthrough Leadership Team by Mike Goldman. I had the pleasure to meet Mike, and I also was on his podcast, The Better Leadership Team Show. Mike has written a very comprehensive book with great stories and tactics to build a united executive team. The 6th book is a book that I also did a review in another video called Trust by Dr. Henry Cloud. Dr. Cloud shares 5 important keys to building trust and includes some great examples and stories. 7 Up is Leveling Up by Ryan Leake. I had the pleasure to see Ryan speak at the Global Leadership Summit, and he was outstanding. In this book, he shares 12 great questions you should consistently ask yourself and also be able to answer. Book number 8 is Stop the Nonprofit Board Blame Game by my NSA National Speakers Association member, Hardy Smith. My speaking friend Hardy has written a book to help guide nonprofits effectively to how to choose a board that will enhance their mission. Number 9 is The Hooper's Handbook by Tony Watson II. Tony is a former pro basketball player and also played at the University of Buffalo, a Division I school about 60 miles. And he's written a wonderful guide to help young people that would like to play at a high level of basketball. The 10th book is Start Now, Quit Later by entrepreneur Charles Alexander. The author shares a very comprehensive strategy on how to start a side hustle and become an entrepreneur. Book number 11 is another trust book. It's called Trust, the One Thing That Makes or Breaks a Leader by Les Sorba. The author shares great stories and examples of the power of building trust as a leader. We can't get enough trust if you want to be an effective leader. And the last one is a great book about culture called No Rules Rules by the CEO of Netflix, Reed Hastings, and college professor Aaron Meyer. Wonderful read about how Netflix built a great culture by getting A players, creating open feedback, and having less rules and more empowerment to create for flexibility and innovation. If you want some great ideas on how to build an awesome team culture, that's a book to read. Again, I want to reach out. If I can help you in any way with your leadership, let me know. And I'm always looking for book recommendations.